Can I win $1,000 by beating out all the other traders in this competition? Whoever has the largest P&L after 45 days wins. This is taking place on a prop firm called Hypernova. And by the way, I end up having to trade in the biggest pump I've seen yet. Let's see if I can take spot number one. Let me catch you up to speed. This is the Gators community and this is the competition. The thing is, there's only 12 of us, so it's kind of a small competition. And you can see the prize pool over here. There are 10 prizes. First place getting $1,000, second place $750, third place $500. So there's a very good chance that we can succeed in getting one of these places. I'm gunning for first. The thing is, you have to pass evaluation to even be able to get one of the prizes. And right now, only the number one guy, Trade Much Bro, has passed evaluation. And so you can see second, third, there's not even anyone there. But I am second right now overall. And actually, Jomi just passed his evaluation. And I'll share what the evaluation is here in a minute so you can see how I can pass that. 6 people down here have already failed and they're already out of the competition. So basically, if I can pass the evaluation and get in there, I have a pretty good chance of winning one of these prizes. I'm currently on a test account until I pass the evaluation, but I have $10,000 to work with. And so far I've made 2 trades and I'm up $246. And this is 6 days into the competition. So let's go look at the trades I made. I feel like they were pretty good so far. I did have a little loss today where I lost $74. But I had this first trade where I shorted this top, like right here. You can see I started to sell my position, had my last sell right here, and I made $290 on that. So I was pretty happy with that. And then on my second trade, I bought right around here, sold a little bit, sold a little bit, sold a little bit more. Well, actually this was then, it hit my stop loss down here. I moved my stop loss right below this tick, which we ended up hitting. That was unfortunate because at one point I was up like $250 on this trade around here, and we ended up taking the $70 loss. But at least we're still in, we're still doing good, and I have some more trades that I can make here soon, hopefully. Before I talk about my strategy for this competition, let's talk about what a prop firm is. Hypernova is one of these, and I'm not sponsored by them or anything. I just thought this was a cool competition and challenge for me, but I've never used a prop firm before, and a lot of them work like this, where you take some kind of assessment, then you get funded if you pass it. Then you trade with their money. You're actually trading with their money. You're not risking your money at all, actually. And then you get paid. And so for Hypernova, they take 80% of the profits and those will go to you. The other 20% of any profits you make go to them. And so you're splitting the profits and you're trading with their money, which is kind of sweet if you don't have a lot of capital. But there is a catch. And the catch is that you have to pay an upfront fee to even do the evaluation. So you can see on Hypernova, they have these different account sizes. So you could trade with 10K, 25K, 50K. We're on this 10K plan. And because I'm in this community competition, they waived the fee. So that's nice. That is the one benefit I got to be a part of this. But usually you'd have to pay $110 to do what I'm doing. And at that point, you hope that you pass the evaluation. And if you fail, then you're out of $110. So that's where you're taking the risk. But to pass, you have to follow these 2 rules. And this is where it gets tricky. You can't have a daily loss that's greater than 3%. And then you can't have a max drawdown from your account starting place that is greater than 6%. So visually we can kind of see, this is my account right now. You can see I had some profits. This is the purple line. To get to the green line is when I passed the evaluation at $11,000. And if I go below this daily orange line, that's when I fail, I'm out. Or if my whole account goes below the red over a longer period of time, then I also fail. So this is where I'm starting to think about strategy. 3% drawdown is not much in one day, especially if you're trading crypto on leverage. So we're gonna have to be very conservative. And if we have $10,000, basically, I don't think I can make a position that's greater than $10,000 in value because Bitcoin can go down 3% in one day pretty easy. So we're gonna have to be pretty conservative, especially to start out because we don't wanna hit that max bust amount. But as we grow our account, we'll have a little bit more breathing room to maybe take a little bit riskier moves and trades. But really, we just have to take very on-shot, on-goal trades where we're very kind of certain that it's gonna work out because if I have too many losses right away, I'm in big trouble. On our next trade, we came down really fast, close to a support line, and I noticed we were getting big volume that was increasing with each red candle down, but then it started to slow. Not as much volume, and there were wicks to the downside on the 15-minute candles. So it seemed like maybe selling was exhausting, and I went long with a 10K position for a little swing trade. I put my stop loss below the next support where I gave myself a decent amount of breathing room. This trade went my way the next 16 hours before ultimately coming back down and stopping me out. I thought the probabilities were in my favor, but not this time. We wicked up into the 200-week moving average, which has given some support and resistance over the last 2 weeks, and so I saw this as a good opportunity to try a short scalp with 12K in size. I put my stop loss a bit above the wick we just made, not risking too much here, and this one, again, stopped us out losing $77. My P&L is down to only $18, and for us to pass the evaluation, we had to grow the account to $11,000, which would be a 10% gain. Now that I've had a couple losing trades, our work is really cut out for me, especially with the fact that this trading competition only has 25 more days left. But over the next 8 days, I don't make a single trade, and that's because Bitcoin is super choppy and really not going anywhere. So I decided I'd be better off just waiting than making a bad trade, which eventually I end up doing anyways. It's August 19th and we have a huge green candle. It passed up all my points of interest for a short, and then we have this ginormous candle that wicks really fast because people are now selling into it. I see this candle and just see it as being way out of the ordinary. It was a short squeeze for sure, eating up tons of liquidations. So when I saw forced buys, I think it's a great opportunity to then go short myself, knowing that this is a risky move, but I don't have much time left to make this happen, so I just needed to go for it in this competition. Now, if you were watching Bitcoin around this time, you might recognize this as the first big pump out of the bear market. Bitcoin continued to go up from 70K all the way up to 80K. Because of this, I got stopped out with some more crazy action, and I busted my account, losing the max loss in a day. So obviously, this competition did not go how I was planning, but in hindsight, this was a pretty terrible price action to trade in the bear market. Like, there was just not much going on, so it was just getting chopped out. And of course, all I really had to do was go long right here, and I would have gotten the eval closed and way more if I just went long, around here. But obviously, I would have known to do that. And even now, I'm like very interested to see what happens with Bitcoin at this price point. If we're going to just continue rocketing higher, is the bear market over? So definitely some interesting things have been happening recently while I was trying to do this competition. Now, looking at the Gators challenge, there's still 7 people competing, 4 of which have passed the eval. It looks like some of these guys have bigger accounts than the 10K, but I guess they can still compete as well. Trade Much Bro seems to be doing pretty well. He's got a 67% win rate, almost $1 million of volume, and a $2,000 P&L. So he might be getting the first spot. There's only 10 days left in this competition. And then down here, there's still 3 guys that are trying to pass the eval. And so hopefully they can do it. But then, of course, there's little old me. I'm just a community member, which I guess that means I blew up. So yeah, this was a fun competition. Let me know if you enjoyed the video and if you'd like to see me do any other competitions like this, anything else with prop firms. I think it could be interesting for me to explore more opportunities in prop firms. It is very interesting and different trying to kind of trade with some of the limitations that they put on you, but I think it could make for some interesting learning and trying to figure out how to make this work. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, there should be another one of my videos on the screen right now that you can watch next.